What's up, party people? How we doing? What's going on tonight? Oh, I gotta do this thing real quick. Yeah. All right, hang on. Hang on. Gotta do the thing where I do the share thing. No, not that button. There we go. 1 sec. Hey, Barb, how you doing? How was your Thanksgiving? Come on. Oh, I really need to upgrade the internet down here. This is awful. Give that a second. All right. Got a pile of rings here I gotta put away. I love it when you go to a page and there's 500 posts before you get to like your current one. All right, let's come say hi. All right. Okay. Gotta do some organization real quick. Putting rings into bags. It's so much fun. These rings, this is kind of interesting. These are the rejects from a batch of rings I got from the Ring Lord. Now, wow, I missed that. That was awful. Either the rings were miscolored. They are the blackened stainless steel rings. And so a lot of them like look tarnished instead of look black, and so I set them aside. Or the ends are like too pointy for whatever I was making at the time. I don't even remember what I bought these for. But I threw them in my tumbler, and that's a titanium ring. See that? See here. That tiny little ring on the tip of my finger. Okay. So that doesn't go in there either. So I have these rings, and I put them in. They weren't going to work for the project I wanted to use them on. So I set them all aside into a container, right, where I had all my like discarded rings, right? These rings, there's something wrong with them. The ends are too sharp, they're out of rounds, right? And I ended up with a lot of them. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna use this bottle wrap, or we're gonna use these rings to make a bottle wrap, because I put them in the tumbler and they got cleaned up like really nicely. I'm quite happy with, they're kind of like a hematite color now, and I'm quite happy with how they turned out. So let's see here. Let's do a color comparison, right? See if the camera picks this up, right? See how much darker this little patch is right here? And these rings right here, then, this is all stainless steel, right? It's quite shiny. It's not even clean. I should clean it. So we're going to take these rings and we're going to try and make something useful out of them. And we're making a bottle wrap. My buddy, a buddy that I deployed with a long time ago, like way back, probably before some of you were born. He and I have been friends for quite some time, and he loves my stuff. And so we're going to make him a bottle wrap. There we go. All right. So we got some pliers here. We got some rings. We're actually going to use pliers this time. This isn't like the Orca inlay. The Orca inlay, we got to wait until the clear rings get in. Hi, Cara. Let's see here. Right back at you. That's funny how that played out. All right. And we have there's multiple sizes of this ring too, right? I don't know if you can see this here. These are 16 gauge 5/16 stainless rings, right? See how well the camera can pick that up. Not very well. And also, like, I have a hard time finding the camera because I look at the screen to see where my hand is on the screen, and of course I could just like look at the camera to figure out like where I need to hold stuff in front of it, but no, my mind doesn't put two and two together. So I've got a interwoven 4-in-1 patch here, and I've got an elf weave patch here. And we're going to try and incorporate these into this bottle wrap, but the bulk of it's going to be like European 4-in-1. All right. Every time you watch The Two Towers, you wind up wanting to help Gimli adjust his mail shirt. Yes. All right. So we're just going to work on this patch here. See how it turns out. Right? And try and make it into something functional. I did not think that these rings would ever amount to anything. But they're all cleaned up and they're nice and pretty, and a lot of them are very, usable rings. So I'm quite happy with this little turn of events. There. All right. So some good news. We do have some equipment coming. One of my San Antonio friends was generous enough to send me a camera and a microphone, like a legitimate webcam. Not this integrated computer cam that I got right now. So I am very excited for that to arrive. Hopefully, I'll get it and get it set up fairly quickly. Hi, Sarah. You're excited to see how this turns out? I'm excited to see how this turns out too. Because I don't know what I'm doing. I have some ideas, and we're just going to see what happens. How was everybody's Thanksgiving? Did you have a good time? Did you eat good food? I hope so. Mine was pretty good. We couldn't go to the in-laws because their kid was sick, so we just hung out here. Which, honestly, a day off from work and no family obligations to attend, I'm okay with that. All right. So new cameras on the way. So hopefully this view right here should improve, right? Then, if all goes well this Black Friday, hopefully I'll be able to take some of the funds from the MailleWerX Black Friday sale and use them to get an overhead camera so that you get a much better picture of what I'm doing, right? And here's my pitch early on in the stream, okay? If you like watching and you enjoy what I do and talking about chainmail and MailleWerX store and the upcoming app and chainmail print themed chainmail themed print items, right? Go to MailleWerX.com because right now we have a big sale going on where you can get all of our items like 20 to 35% off, right? And everything, if you order today, everything should be there by Christmas without an issue, right? I can't promise that like after this weekend. Oh, once this weekend's gone, right? All of the shipping carriers are going to be overloaded for the next month trying to get stuff to people on time. Excuse me. All right, good food, good family, good nap. There you go. That's what I'm talking about. That's how to do it. All right. So if you want to support MailleWerX.com, the best way to do, or if you want to support me doing this, right, the best way to do that is to purchase something from MailleWerX.com, and right now you can get it at a huge discount, right? Our boots are very true to size. Our hoodies and our blankets are super warm and comfortable. And everybody needs chainmail themed print items in their life. That's my personal belief anyway. All right. We're just gonna see how far along we can get on this patch, see what happens. Because here's the other fun thing, right? You see this bag of rings and this pile, they're all the same 18 gauge 3/16 rings. We get to find out if we have enough to cover a bottle, right? So what might end up happening is that we just end up with a giant E4-in-1 patch, right? So if it doesn't work out, I've got a couple contingency plans for this, but if it doesn't work out that we have enough rings to wrap a bottle, we'll, we will find another way to finish up this bottle, right? To finish up this bottle holder. So I think what's going to end up happening is that there's going to be probably some leather that comes into this at some point. I don't know when. And so we'll get out some leather straps and kind of clear off the leather table over here. I got this is the chainmail desk, right? How big is the bottle? It's in here. It's a standard wine, excuse me. It is a standard wine bottle size bottle. That is what we're going to try and wrap. You do bottle sleeves and 16 gauge 5/16. It takes like 1,500 rings or more. What weaver are you using? Like Euro 6-in-1? That sounds like a Euro 6-in-1. And, I mean, I realize that this is completely poorly planned out, but I'm trying to use up these rings because they kind of turned out pretty cool looking. So, I don't know. We'll see. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out, I'm not too concerned about it. The idea that we'll have to switch to another ring size I have that is more plentiful, because I have a ton of 16 gauge 5/16 rings laying around, all stainless, right? 1,500 rings for E4-in-1 for okay. Maybe the math in my head isn't adding up, but I'm gonna take your word for that. So at 3/16, we're probably looking at like what? 4,000 rings? You think? Maybe? I don't know. I don't keep count. I was going to throw these rings away anyway, so might as well do something with them. Don't do that. Plier slips are dangerous, man. Especially when you have, like, cheap pliers. The ones in my right hand are cheap Home Depot pliers. The ones in my left are Weber's. I like them. I like Weber's. I do. They're very comfortable. But, hi, Joshua. I made a great Louis bracelet using your gecko rings. Nice. And some black tie today. Yeah, Car, do it. Take a picture. Those rings are awesome. I want some. The one of the things I love about chainmail and like being a chainmail artist right now is that I exist in a time when there are more people making chainmail using more materials than has ever existed in the history of mankind. And we've got the cream of the crop as far as what materials we want to use. It's great. I want some gecko rings. I want to buy some. I want to buy a lot of stuff. Oh, maybe, you know, if this holiday season goes a little bit better, maybe we'll get some. I do have something coming from Josh. If you don't follow Josh Bracken, you should go do that. Go to his Facebook page. It's like Bracken Mail, BrackenMaille. His website's brackenmail.com, right? So go check out his stuff. But I've got something coming from him. And I thought this was really cool. He likes to take the designs, some of the chainmail themed designs I've done for blankets and hoodies and stuff, and turn them into actual inlays, right? And he did the Scottish Salter with the thistles. And if you've been to my store, if you go check out the hooded blankets, right? I mean, everybody knows what a Scottish Salter is, right? And excuse me. So he took my design and which is all done on computer, and he made it into an actual chainmail inlay. And I was like really jealous because I wanted to have it like really bad. And then he and I were able to come to an agreement, and I have the Scottish Salter thistle design in an inlay coming to me, and I got a tracking number for it, and I can't wait for it to show up because it's going to be awesome. All right. The new glacier scales are the most beautiful things. Glacier scales? What in tarnation are glacier scales? I have not seen those yet, I don't think. All right, let's move this up just a skosh. So I can't wait for that to show up, and then we've got new camera and webcam, or a new webcam. I shouldn't say new webcam. I should just say a webcam. We have a webcam showing up and a microphone, so that you guys can all hear my wonderful voice much better. All right. Hand anodized and dappled blues. Amazing. All right. I'll bite. I'll have to look into those. Does Josh do them? A frame custom made for the Scottish Halter. Yeah, that frame's awesome, dude. Made by another artist here in Sead Valley using locally sourced and milled wood. Dude, that's so cool. The fact that it's, you know, I did the design, you made it, and then someone did the inlay. Like 3 people just to do the final creation of this product. 3 people had to come together. Let's see here. Sorry, I gotta look at these. Glacier sponged. Oh. Those are cool. Those would be a ton of fun. One of the things I'm terrible at is colors, right? Just awful with colors. Okay, let's Exhibit A, okay? When I did this design, hi Rachel, I thought that this was a good look, right? And you do them just like you do the gecko style. You're working on your Christmas ornaments, sweet. I really thought that like all these colors go together so well and it looks so good, and I was super stoked about it. And then I got really to looking at it and began questioning like what I had done. Um, I still like this color combination, I do, but I really have to I really struggle to do good color combinations, period. So I really like those glacier sponged scales there. And I would like to be able to feel competent in using them. I need to go do like a color theory course, like watch some YouTube videos or something. Because that would help a lot. Right? Because a lot of the designs on MailleWerX, right? They're kind of 2 colors with like 1 primary color. And don't get me wrong, I like it. I like the fact that I was able to make the designs in the first place. But there is so much more artistic room for any chainmail design, but there's so much room on the designs I've done, right? Like they don't all have to be the same color, right? So that's my next step. You know, I don't know if we're getting anywhere on this. This is going to take a while. You think it needs more contrast? Which needs more contrast? The tapestry behind me? That? That needs more contrast? Maybe. I don't know. I don't know what contrast means. Like different points of I don't even know what the word is. Just Google color palettes. I do that a lot too. Google a lot of color palettes. And it kind of helps, right? But, this excuse me. This tapestry is testament to how bad I am with colors. Like, it's okay, but I'm not gonna lie to myself and say that it's great. It is fun. I do like it. Black versus white, bright versus dark. Yeah, okay, contrast. Like, I understood what you meant in my head, but don't know the words with which to define it or describe it. All right. I think we've almost doubled this piece here. Maybe? I don't know. All right. What else is going on? Let's see here. We've got the MailleWerX Christmas contest coming up, right? And I think next year I might announce that in like the beginning of November, right? The just go from the Halloween contest to the Christmas contest, and then, you know, announce the winner December 1st or maybe like Thanksgiving Day or something. And that way, you know, they can get their prize by Christmas, theoretically, right? I think that's what we're going to do next year. Color through would definitely help develop customer appeal. I know that a lot of time the color schemes I like aren't the ones that sell. Yeah, I like all my color schemes. Most of them don't sell. That's okay, excuse me. Also looking at complementary and secondary colors. I will do that. Because I'm like, I make chainmail, you know, I'm horribly unartistic. I just do this. I just open the ring, close the ring. Okay. And now, you know, I've got to make designs for chainmail themed print items, and so I'm really good at chainmail, and I think I need to get better at some of my designs. You had one necklace for 3 years because of its colors. Oh, that's cool. Here, I don't do many color combinations unless it's a LGBTQ plus or kink or any of the other known color palettes or things. You've not been successful with making your own color palettes. That sounds completely understandable. You know. Oh, come on. There we go. I oh, I don't know if I want to make my own color palettes, but I definitely want to have a greater representation of the color spectrum on, you know, most of my designs, right? Because if I can do that, then I think things will sell better, right? Like, for example, okay, my hat. It's blue and gray. Okay. I love the design on there. Little hoodoo hex with some captured beads, right? But it's all one color. And it's kind of boring. And not everyone's gonna want a flashy multicolored hat. And so kind of not boring, kind of tame, right? So I have this for people who like, man, I just spit all over the place. That was disgusting. I have these for people who like tame stuff. I just think I need, you know, a few more colors for people who like to have a little more colorful expression in their lives. You know? All right. We've done about an inch here. And we're just gonna keep going. All right. Work was exhausting today. It was loads of fun. Got to drive all over the county, really. So I spent more of the day driving than I did working, which is okay, but I'd rather, you know, well, I mean, I'd I'd rather be fully supported by MailleWerX and work on designs all day, but you know, I'd also like to have a faster work day where I didn't, drive to Timbuktu. I can't wait for it to snow, right? Knock on wood. Like, I'm being facetious right now. The once it snows and snow gets everywhere, it's gonna be a bad time for me trying to get to people's houses. So excuse me. And I'm still fighting this cold. I would love for that to be over too. All right. That is not a perfect ring. It's like oval shaped, so we're gonna set that in the trash. I don't even want to, I don't even want to try and deal with oval rings hidden somewhere in this, making it not work right. What's my day job? I am an RN, and I currently do home health. I've worked all over in the nursing field. You know, I go to people's houses, and most of the time it's okay. And sometimes it's really bad. So, for example, I have one patient who has, I don't know if it's like residual toxoplasmosis from being around uncleaned cats for years and years, or if it's the raging alcohol use that went on when she was younger. But she's only partly cognitive, and like she can feed herself and do a couple other things, but she's not really there. She's very not present in conversation. And it's just very disheartening the way she has ended up. Because there are resources for people like her, which we're working on getting her, right? But this is a fairly new patient to me. But she has, 6 cats that are poorly taken care of. She herself is poorly taken care of. And the house in which she lives is, well, it's a danger to her and the community, to be quite frank about it. You've been anodizing your titanium in your freezing cold shop all day? You get turkey day round 2? Nice. Return of the food coma. Nice. And still trying to anodize. How cold does it get there in Sayad Valley? That's in Northern California, right? I think I've heard you mention that before. It's a really good, respectable job. I think so. I've been doing it for a long time. I don't want to continue doing it for the rest of my life. But, 9 times out of 10, I'm able to help people and take care of them. So, but Your friend will graduate with her RN in one more semester. That's awesome. Ow, I stabbed myself. I'm all right. Yeah. I don't recommend people go into the medical field. It's it can be let's see here. It can be a very rewarding job. But it can also be one of those jobs that sucks the life out of you, and there's no recourse for you once once you end up being a burned out nurse or something. The cliques, right? You know, like cliques in high school, but like X-ray, lab, nursing, respiratory therapy, right? They all have they all like to fight, you know. Everybody wants to be in the right, you know, and that's why I work home health. I don't have time for that. Um, it's a very rewarding job in some aspects, and it's very soul sucking in others. Yeah, North Carolina, playing Syad Valley. It's freezing outside right now. You already have a thick layer of frost on everything. Ew. So it's like teaching. Yeah, probably. Everybody wants to fight. Nobody wants to come to a resolution. It's like, I don't know. It's not something, had I known what it was, that I would have chosen to deal with growing up, you know? So take that for what it's worth. You already have frost. I think we got a little frost the other day. Sorry, I didn't realize that was too low. It's yeah, I don't want frost. We're gonna get frost whether I want it or not here in Wisconsin. All right. And it's gonna get cold. And I'm gonna hate it. I'm very, very weather intolerant, right? Like if there's not a slight breeze, very slight, right? And it's not like between 68 and 74 degrees outside with like zero humidity. Yeah, I don't want to be outside at all. Need to find a need to find myself a little island. Stays at the same temperature all year long and go there. Lived in Louisiana for like 2 years. And that place is humid. I don't ever want to go back. When you got up this morning, everything was white. And it got down to 20 degrees. Ew. Definitely don't want to deal with that. Feel sorry for you. I think it's been that cold at least once, right? Like we had a really warm September. You know, it was like 70s here all September. And then October got cold. Then it warmed up in November, and now it's just like I don't know what's gonna happen tomorrow. But one of the things that sucks out here in Wisconsin is that it gets so cold nobody wants to go outside, and so everybody stays inside and gets their vitamin D deficiency going. And Wisconsin, like, don't get me wrong, I like to drink, but Wisconsin has a huge raging alcohol problem, right? Like, I think I don't remember the headline, but it was something like, of the top 20 cities that drink, 9 of them are in Wisconsin. The top drunkest cities, right? Out of 20, 9 of them are in Wisconsin or something like that, right? It's like, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I am not surprised by this. It's just a big drunken culture out here, right? Like, I'm not, I drink, right? Like, clearly. I don't want to preach at people or anything, but you went to Louisiana once in February. It was so hot and humid in the dead of winter. Yeah, that's how it is. It's gross. I have friends who love Louisiana. I'm just like, I don't understand how or why. If I find said island, let you know. You can't do the cold much more due to rain odds? I don't know, dude. Yeah, I will. I will put a message in a bottle once I find that island. I'll write in Sharpie on the outside of the bottle. Please send to Josh. Yep. Yeah, I can't. I can do the cold. I'm just whiny. I just don't like the cold. That's really what it is. I am just, like, literally, I'm just whiny. Yeah. I lived in Fort Polk, Louisiana, which is an hour west of Alexandria. And there's some crappy little military town. And then there's Fort Polk. I forget the name. I remember Alexandria, Louisiana, but I forget the name of the town that was right outside the gates. I don't know if you know where DeRidder is. It's just south of Fort Polk, and then like 30 minutes north is Fort Polk, and then anyway. Uh-oh, I dropped something. There's one. I dropped 2 of them. Oh well, it's gone. So, and another reason I'm not particularly fond of Louisiana is because I spent like 2 weeks there without power. Um, in 2005, my unit had just gotten back from Iraq, and that was right as Katrina and Rita hit New Orleans. Okay. Now, Katrina um, had, I mean, leveled parts of New Orleans. Parts of New Orleans. Um, and then Rita came through and tried to finish everybody else off, you know. Hammond, north of Lake. I'm not going to try and pronounce that. That's from the LA Ren Fair at their house every season. Okay. You like the cold, it doesn't like you back? Before it becomes a matter of indecent exposure, yeah. I don't mind a brisk morning, okay? I don't. I mind negative 42-degree weather. That's what I mind. I think is what we had last year. That was awful. And, you know, still had to go to work. It's like, what even is this? Is this real? This can't be real. Oh, like I grew up in uh-oh, I did something wrong here. I grew up in Boise, Idaho, which is in a valley, right? So we'll get like bad weather and snow, but for the most part, it's like you get 2 inches of snow and it's gone the next day, and it's like 20, 30 degrees on the coldest days. I guess 2 years ago they had like 4 foot snowfalls. Um, had to go tear the snow off the roofs of some people's houses in order to prevent them from caving in. But that's the most I've ever seen snow like that in my lifetime there. But yeah, so I've seen winter, just never negative 42-degree weather, and it's like, yeah, I'm okay with not ever experiencing that again. All right, where are we at here? 45 minutes, and we've tripled the size of this patch. Right, it was like about that long when we started. After kind of working through these, I definitely don't think that we have enough rings. But, who knows? We might. And we have a couple of different ring sizes, right? And we're probably going to throw some leather in there. So, who knows how much we really need anyway? You know? We'll just see what we can make and figure out how to make it all work. Because what we want is the wrap to go up around the bottle. And if the bottle is empty, for it to be easily replaced by a new bottle. Right? And then, don't ever go to Tahoe in the winter. Don't they have good skiing in Tahoe? Tahoe's so pretty though. Yeah. Yeah. I don't want to go a lot of places in the winter. I try not I try not to stay in my house and drink every night during the winter time. It's very hard because that's, it's too cold to go outside and do anything. But, I will go out if there's some skiing. All right. Finish off this row here. It's great for skiing, but the snow is insane and no one knows how to drive. What happened? Okay. Yeah. I don't think anyone really knows how to drive anyway. Snow or not. I always do think it's funny though, every year when it snows here that I've lived here, right? Everyone goes out and starts driving, as if they just saw snow for the first time in their whole life. Right? And it's like, no guys, it's the same as last year. Same stuff on the road. So hopefully this won't be as bad. I remember, okay. So like I said, I'm from Idaho, right? I've seen snow. I've even seen large amounts of snow. The issue that I run into here reminds me of my first winter up here, right? I was working, taking care of pediatric ventilator patients, or ventilator, yeah, pediatric ventilator patients, and it started snowing outside. I thought, okay, you know, a little bit of snow's nothing, it's fine, right? Well, it snowed for like my entire shift, and by the time I was done, there was 14 inches of snow outside. Now, coming from Idaho and then living in Texas for 10 years and then now Wisconsin, I had never seen a 14-inch snow dump in like 6, 7 hours, right? Blew my mind. I did not know what I was getting into when I came here. Lived a quarter mile from where the Donner Party got stranded. Nice. There are parts of Oregon that make Tahoe snow look shallow. You have a photo of you standing next to a huge drift about 6 times as tall as you at Crater Lake. It was taken in late June. Jeez Louise. Crater Lake's only a couple hours away. I think I've been to Crater Lake. I seem to remember being in Crater Lake. My dad took us all around the country when we were kids, going to Arches National Park, and I know you can't see it well, but we're getting a camera for that soon. It's a little patch of E4-in-1. We're gonna try and figure out how many rings we have to make a little bottle wrap, and we'll see what happens. So we're at 52 minutes. I'm gonna start closing things down. But if you want to see more quality content from MailleWerX.com, right? Right now we have a huge Black Friday sale going on. Go check it out. Get yourself something nice. Get your family something nice. And hopefully, see what's today, 27th. So not this weekend, but next weekend I should have a new camera, this camera, and a new microphone. So you grew up in Oregon? I grew up I forget what the name of the town is. Like there's Boise, and then to the west is a little town in Oregon that everybody goes to get like tax-free, sales tax-free stuff, right? So that was all I knew of Oregon for a long time. And then I've been to Portland many years ago. That was it. But new camera, new microphone, and okay. All right, I tell you what, I haven't adjusted the pricing on those skirts. So I'll go do that. I won't be able to do it tonight, but I'll do it tomorrow. Dallas, Oregon, 20 miles west of Salem. Okay. It's like Eugene, Portland, Tacoma, Seattle, Moscow, Idaho, Boise. Anyway. So yeah, if you want to see more quality content and better, you know, camera views, go to MailleWerX.com. Get yourself a good deal on something this Black Friday. We're gonna continue the Black Friday sale for a little while. Once December 1st hits, you know, you got to order soon because once December 1st hits, right, I can't guarantee delivery by Christmas. So if you're getting a present, right, she has a list of things she wants to get. Yeah. Okay. Good. Everybody go get stuff. No, but thanks for hanging out. Thanks for watching. All right. I'll probably be on tomorrow night. I don't think I have anything pressing that's going to prevent me from doing this. Okay. So you guys are the best. I appreciate all of your support and comments and loves, and I will talk to you guys later. All right. Have a good night.